Good afternoon. Let's try this again. Good afternoon. There we go. Make some noise. We're here today, and I'm grateful to be able to come with you all, speak to you all today. My name is DeShawn Blanding. I am your Commissioner of Agriculture candidate. Now, by show of hands, how many of you heard of the Commissioner of Agriculture position before today? Wow, a good amount of people. Okay, well, how many of you are farmers by show of hands? Okay, well, how many of you eat food every day? Right. So all of us in this out here today. So this position is directly tied to every one of us. Trav spoke earlier about the high price of food and the high price of fuel. This position is tied to that role. We need to make sure we have a Commissioner of Agriculture who is experienced, who knows what they're doing, and has a vision and a plan for the next how we move forward as South Carolina agriculture. My name is DeShawn Blanding, and I am that candidate dedicated to serving you all. I went to Washington, D.C. for 6 years where I got to advocate on the federal level, advocating bringing South Carolina to the national conversation. And God called me, like Nehemiah, to come back home and rebuild, help bring South Carolina into a new modern age. We have not modernized agriculture in South Carolina, which is the reason why we're dealing with so many issues in our state. Agriculture is a $51 billion industry, but we rank 7th in the nation for worst food insecurity across the nation, and that is a problem. 80% of our counties are in food deserts, or what I call food apartheids, meaning they do not have access to a grocery store within a 10-mile radius. And that is a problem. If we are such an agriculturally rich state, we are disconnected from the ground, and we can do better as a state. And so what can we do about that? Well, my family have roots in agriculture. I'm the grandson of a 4th-generation farmer and farm workers. My family lost our farm in 1929, and our community have struggled because we have seen farmers decrease all across the state. Farmers are telling me even today they're ready to give up their operations because they cannot sustain themselves. They're relying on all farm income just to be sustainable. And that directly impacts everyone outside today, even if you aren't a farmer, because that actually goes to the fuel, the fiber, the food, and the forestry we need to survive ourselves. The things we need to sustain ourselves is agriculture, and we can do better as a state with the plan. So what is that plan I want to present to you today shortly? We need to actually create our pipeline from production to processing all the way to people. We could do better as a state by actually increasing opportunities through agricultural processing, actually increasing local job opportunities through processing in our local communities so that farmers can have a place to process their goods. We can actually increase marketing access by creating an in-state program that connects farmers directly to local institutions like schools and hospitals and local restaurants. And then we could take that a step further by actually creating a program to support our communities when we're dealing with things like a pandemic with the food reserve, an emergency fund for farmers when they're dealing with high costs because of this ridiculous war we find ourselves in that's driving up the price of fertilizer, which is hurting the farmer's bottom line. So we can do better as a state with a candidate who knows what they're doing. I brought this experience to D.C., and I'm bringing this experience back home. If you don't have a push card, please come and see me. I'm happy to give you one. We need your vote. We need your support. We need your donations. Blandingforsc.com. Thank you.